Babs, don't do anything rash.
What choice do I have? I've got to split.
Well, all I'm saying is that you should think it over before you decide to leave Kingsley.
I just don't think I have any time left, Harold, that's all. And I can't jeopardize Ion's life by staying there any longer. Jean was right.
Look, if we can find the prince, though, you can break away from Ronnie once and for all. Well, that was your whole plan, I thought.
Well, it was, but it's not anymore. I mean, girls just don't walk away from Ronnie and live to tell about it. You don't know how these guys operate, Harold. I mean, you just don't know how this guy is.
Babs, don't say that. That's not true. I mean, you've come so far.
Yeah, but he's still after me, isn't he? And he doesn't give up easy, believe me, I know. No, I think it would be better, Harold, if I just left. It would be better for everybody.
Everybody?
Look, I can't help but feel that Ronnie and Lance are behind this whole thing with Miriam. I mean, what if they thought they grabbed me and grabbed Miriam?
I know. I've considered it, too.
I mean, in the dark, in this wig, who'd know the difference?
Well, don't jump to conclusions, Babs. No, we don't know that for sure that that's where she was.
Yeah, well, it's a logical thing to jump to, Harold. I mean, they grab Miriam thinking it's me. Naturally. And that's why I can't risk this anymore, Harold. I've got to get out of here. Nobody is safe around me.
Oh, Babs, now you're overreacting.
Oh, what if they did grab Miriam? I hate to think. Where is she? What if Ronnie kills her? I mean, her blood would be on my hands.
No, we don't know for sure that that's where she is, much less what's happened to her, Babs.
If he touches one hair on her head, I don't know what I'm going to do. And not to mention the Redlands. I mean, Carla and Jimmy are living over there now. What if he sends his goons after me again and they hurt Jimmy? Or Carla, or Ione. I'm telling you, Harold, I just couldn't stand that.
Just calm down there. Everything's going to be all right. Look, the only thing we have to do to handle Ronnie is find out who the prince is. And then show him the photocopies of the books that you made. That's all.
Yeah, sure.
We can find him. I know we can. Anybody with that much power can't stay anonymous forever.
Webster.
Yes. Come on in. Babs, look, why don't you go ahead and wait outside? We can finish this up later.
Yeah, sure.
Webster, I want to find out about the Canterbury office project. What have you found out about it?
Before we get into that, Vince, there's something I got to ask you.
Well?
It's rather personal. Look, Babs told me that, well, look, the other day when she was in your hotel room, look, exactly what was she doing there?
What do you think she was doing there? You don't expect me to go into details, do you?
Well, was she there for...
Well, now, look, let's just call it a social visit, shall we? I mean, after all, Babs Farley is hardly a potential investor in the Canterbury office complex, now is she?
See, 4 chairs, 2 tables, 1 light fixture, half dozen each plates, coffee cups, saucers, and that's just a rough estimate.
Well, it sounded like every dish in this place got broken when Russ hit that tray over there.
1 tray stand, I almost forgot. And then there's the walls. We got a good impression of your knuckles, Gil. It goes almost all the way through to the kitchen.
Tell me about it. Man, that...
And you think that hurts, you wait until I finish adding up what this is going to cost.
It's like I said, don't worry about it.
Hey, what about Weaver? I mean, shouldn't he pay half? I mean, it's his fault just as much as it is yours.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he's just not that type of person. You're not gonna get a penny from him.
Didn't you say he was out of work?
Yeah, and he's gonna stay that way, too. Leon, I just don't want you to pay for any of this, you understand? Prescott Development will take care of everything.
While we're at it, maybe we can spiff up the whole place a little, you know what I mean?
Why not? I owe you at least that. You know what? We should get Marianne to come in here and help you with the decor. She's great at all that kind of stuff.
She's still mad about what happened?
Yeah, so mad that we didn't even have Thanksgiving dinner together. Yeah, she probably spent the day with Russ. Who knows? Who cares?
You mean you didn't even call her?
Well, why should I?
So how do you know she's still mad at you?
Leon, it's obvious she's stuck on the creep. You know, she'll probably never talk to me again. But I'll tell you, I don't care. She can go back to that guy. It's fine. But I'm not going to watch out for her any longer.
Well, maybe this Weaver character isn't so bad after all.
Are you kidding? Marianne's in for nothing but trouble with that creep.
Vince, are you saying that Bab's visit was a professional call?
What profession?
Oh, come on, Vince, you know just exactly what profession I'm talking about.
Harold, did you ask Babs what she was doing in my room at the King's Arms?
As a matter of fact, I did.
And how did she explain her presence there?
Well, she didn't. That's just it. I mean, she was very evasive about it. Well, I told her what I thought, and she denied it vehemently. I wanted to believe her. But after what you told me here, how can I?
Harold, Babs Farley is a prostitute. She always has been. She always will be. But that isn't what I came here to talk over with you. Now, I'm here on business. Can we get down to it, please? As I explained to you the other day, I went in on that Canterbury office project. I think it could be very profitable if certain conditions are met. Did you check out those inquiries that I requested?
Everything I've heard about the project indicates it's a winner. I say go on it.
Harold, did you get an answer to my questions?
I put out some feelers, nothing definite yet, but it looks like Prescott Development's going to get the bid.
Good. Exactly what I wanted to hear.
Well, they certainly did a good job on Hollister Mall.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with Prescott Development. Very pleased indeed. Now, you let me know just as soon as that bid is confirmed, you understand?
Sure, I will.
When it is, then I want you to go ahead and move on the investment. You know how to handle things.
Just like before?
Yeah, I think the Canterbury office project could be very profitable. It's an ideal location. Canterbury is an excellent brokerage firm, could lend stability to the entire enterprise. I want to be a major stockholder there, majority stockholder if possible.
But you do want to keep it under wraps.
Naturally, you know, I prefer to remain anonymous.
Okay, I'll take care of it, Vince. Look, I'll get the package put together as soon as I can.
Fine, you do that. Oh, Harold, one more thing about Hollister Mall.
Shoot.
Do you happen to know if there's a spot in an administration open for a bright, intelligent young man?
No, I don't know offhand, but I'd check into it.
Would you do that, please?
Sure. You got somebody special in mind?
Very special. I wouldn't mention it otherwise. Very special indeed. My son.
Hey, Leon, don't worry about it. I can handle Vicky. Besides, I'm through messing around with her. Really, she was good for a couple laughs, but that's it.
You better not let her hear you say that. I mean, you'll be a marked man for sure.
Very funny.
I mean it, Gil. I mean, how long have you known that girl?
Well, went out a couple times, that's about it. It's like I said, you know, I had other things on my mind. And other women. One in particular. Leon, I'll tell you about women. They are all vindictive, okay? It's second nature to them, I'm telling you. And I haven't met a woman yet that I could not handle. I don't know what it is. Must be my natural charm.
Oh, brother.
Hey, buddy, I gotta get going, okay? A little important business to get to.
Yeah, so I see. Gil, remember I told you about her truck-driving boyfriend, too.
She broke up with him 2 weeks ago. Hey, look, I'll have Marianne start on the sketches and we'll get this place back into shape fast, okay?
All right.
See you later, bud. Gorgeous. You look great.
Before I knew it, There was chairs flying all over the place, broken dishes. I've never seen such a mess before.
Sounds like you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, I did. Especially when I decked that sucker. Oh, you should have seen the look on his face.
Well, judging from the look on your face, I'd say you were satisfied with yourself.
Yeah, I can't begin to tell you. Yeah, I know what a grudge match is like from football, but this was something else. It was almost euphoric.
Euphoric?
Yeah, and you know why, Vince? Because I didn't feel like a loser anymore. Not after that.
As long as I got you out of your self-pity, fine. Just keep in mind, though, that I am fond of young Gil Prescott.
Ah.
And never lose sight of the fact that knocking a man down is only a fleeting victory. I mean, you've got to think of your future.
What, don't you think I have a future making money with my fists? Vince, come on, I can see it all now. Madison Square Garden, name up in lights. Rocky Weaver, the Italian stallion. Only I'm a little faster, you know. Yo, Adrian, come on, huh?
I'll be serious.
No, you're talking to someone who's seen Rocky 1, 2, and 3. If he can make it, I can make it. I know it. Hey, better yet, huh? Why don't I change my name to Killicadillo? What do you think of that, huh, Pop?
Only Hollywood could make a fight film like that if they only knew the number of people that were on the take, all of the payoffs that were necessary.
You know, I was thinking, Vince.
Hmm?
You got any openings in any of your enterprises?
You mean you'd consider coming to work for me?
Sure. I wouldn't take your name, though. I'll stick with Weaver.
Are you serious? You know, the reason I ask is I always thought that...
Well, I know. There was a time when I wouldn't have dreamt of it.
Well, what happened? Oh, you lost your pride. That's it, isn't it? You were just too proud to take any help from your old man.
Well, yeah, that was it. That was it, Vince. I don't know. I've been thinking. Lots of guys go to work for the father. What the heck? Why not?
Not as many as used to. I always thought that was a shame.
Look at Gil Prescott. He's running his father's business. Heck, if he can do it, then I can surely run one of yours and do a much better job at it, too.
I'd be very happy if you did, Russ.
I knew you would be.
And I don't get cocky.
Oh, me? Come on.
You know, I would have done this before. The only reason I didn't was because you were so dead set against the idea.
Well, times change. People change.
Was that Marianne?
Yes.
Russ?
You just gonna stand there?
Well, I didn't know if I was welcome.
Of course you're welcome. Why would you say something like that?
Because I stayed behind with Gil and you didn't call.
I tried to call you Thanksgiving Day, but nobody answered the phone.
Well, that's because I spent the day with some girlfriends from college.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
I wanted to spend the day with you. But quite frankly, I was still angry at the time.
But you're not anymore, are you? Huh?
I don't know.
Listen, I'm glad that you came by. Well, at least come on in.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Cardello. Russ, why didn't you tell me your father was here?
Always a pleasure to see you, Marianne. Unfortunately, I was just on my way out. I've got some business to take care of, so if you'll forgive me. Now, look, son, I'll check into that thing that we were discussing.
Okay, thanks,
I'll
Vince.
get in touch with you.
I'll talk to you later.
Nice to see you, Marianne.
Goodbye, Mr. Cardello.
Well, glad you came by. Because, you know, I don't know what I would have done if I would have lost you, too.
A little to the left, Ramona. The left. Yeah, right there. That feels great. Hey, Lance, how's that new chick that you recruited doing, anyway?
Hey, Paula?
Yeah, the so-called 18-year-old.
And so she's a kid. Don't knock it. That's the way they like them. And she's doing just like I said she would. She's picking up on the routine real quick.
So Ramona tells me.
She'll do whatever I say now. And she knows if she's a good little girl, Uncle Lance will give her a little toot every now and then.
Don't you let her get carried away with that stuff. I don't want another speed freak on my hands.
I never let my girls get out of line. You know that. You never had any problem with any of them since I've been here.
Yeah, except for one. Okay, that's enough. Get lost.
Babs was your girl, you remember?
And you're the one who botched it up. You botched it up twice, so don't you ever forget that.
Take it easy, will you?
Take it easy? With a guy like you working for me, how can I take it easy? What about that Mason chick that you picked up by mistake? Did you find out anything more about her?
I'm checking on it.
You're checking on it. I want answers, Lance. You keep giving me excuses. I'm headed up to here with that.
Her name is Marianne Mason. She lives in
I know what her name is, and I know where she lives. What I want to know is how do we get through to her to get to Babs? You understand?
Yeah, Ron. I understand perfectly.
Well, I just hope it's not too late, pal. I got a call from the prince earlier. He wants to see me this afternoon.
What do you want?
He wouldn't mention it over the phone.
Hey, you don't think Babs got to him? I mean, she doesn't have any proof on us, does he?
If I knew that, you idiot, I wouldn't be burning like this.
Babs told him about our skimming operation. We're dead.
Well, that's just brilliant. I told you that weeks ago. But I swear, Lance, if the prince gets wise to us, you'll go before me. I'll see to that.
Hey, but I didn't...
Shut up! You just shut up from now on and you do what I say.
I thought that you might be hurting, that I could help.
Listen, I don't need your sympathy, thank you. And I don't want your charity.
Russ, I'm not here to give you charity, just love. If I didn't feel those things, I wouldn't be here.
You know something? You're too much, you know that?
Well, you're a bit much sometimes yourself. How's your hand?
Huh. You always told me how hard a head Gil had. Now I know.
You're both like little boys, you and Gil.
Yeah.
I know I was partly to blame, though.
Well, I can find a job of my own. I don't need you to invent one for me, okay?
I meant what I said. Prescott Development needs someone who can handle a budget. Gil certainly can't.
I believe that.
Look, I'm sorry I ever brought it up. I just thought that it might help the company as much as it would help you.
Well, thank you, but I can handle it myself, okay?
Okay, I know.
It's my problem.
I understand. I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry about what happened with Gil.
Are you really?
More than you'll
Oh.
ever know.
I'm sorry.
Marianne. So glad you're here.
I love you. You know these feelings of love that we have?
Mm-hmm.
They're from God.
It must be.
Look, there's a possibility he may not be able to detect a thing. Don't worry about it. All right? Okay, get lost. Both of you. Take these with you.
Come on, you heard the man. Beat it!
Vince! Come on in. Come on in. Welcome to my humble abode.
You know, I always did like the view from up here.
That's why I picked the place. I enjoy being on top of things.
So do I, Ron. So do I. You might even say that's why I'm here. I like to be on top of things. You know, Ron, you've been running a very profitable operation for me. I want to make sure you're amply rewarded.
I have no complaints, Vince.
Good. I'd like to look at the books, Ron.
The books.
Yeah, the books.
Oh, you mean for the accountant, right? Well, I'll have those for him at the end of the week, like always.
I don't think you heard what I said. I want to look at the books. See, I find it a good practice every now and then to check into the financial resources of all of my ventures, personally.
Was there anything wrong, Vince? If you have any complaints, I'd like to know about it.
No, there's nothing wrong. It's just a little procedure I follow. Standard practice.
You've never done it before, not since I've been working for you.
You do have them, don't you, Ron?
You know, I think you're going to be favorably impressed, Vince. Business is going great. It must be the hard times. You know, the economy's going down the tubes. Our investments are going up and up and up.
Good. I'm glad to hear that business is so good. But I would like to look over those figures myself, if you don't mind. Whenever it's convenient for you.
Sure, Vince. The thing is, I don't have them here. It wouldn't be safe. I'd have to go get them for you.
Good. You do that. Now, I'll let myself out.
Thought about it, Harold, and I've made up my mind. I'm leaving Kingsley. I don't have any choice.
Well, I hate to see you go, Babs, but I understand your reasons.
Well, I'll be back. I don't know when. Maybe when I can get my hands on those photocopies.
Photocopies? What, of Ronnie books?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Well, I had them in the bus station locker there, but I was afraid somebody might trail me and take them, so I brought them home to the Redlands house one night.
I know, yeah, you told me you put them in a safe place.
I did. I mean, I saw Miriam's purse lying there. It was one of those 3-fold jobs, so I just slipped them inside there. Nobody ever noticed it.
That was the purse that Miriam had with her the night she disappeared?
Yeah.
Oh, this is worse than I thought. You're right. You better get out of town fast. Without those photocopies, you're a sitting duck.